we have the current stock market update for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. Before we begin, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So here we have the 4-hour price chart. And if we drill into this price chart a bit, we can see that there have been some fairly significant price movements here in recent trading sessions. So specifically what we're going to be looking at here will be this 756 prior resistance level, which has now been broken. In addition to that, we have seen prices move above an important Fibonacci level that will be outlined here. So by the end of the video, we will establish some near-term price targets and some important support and resistance levels that can be used to profitably trade this stock. So currently what we can see here is that the upward price movement has ultimately broken through the prior resistance zones that were established in the prior video. Specifically, what we're looking at here is the August 20 high, which came in right around the 752 mark. And then from there, we did see modest new highs coming in at 756. However, this was still a bit below the 78.6% retracement of the stock's dominant trending move, which would be here. So essentially what we're measuring here is the distance between the 806 highs, which would have been posted during the July 18 trading session, and the $6.01 lows, which would have been posted during the August 5th trading session. So if we're using this as the dominant trending movement here, we can see that the 786 Fibonacci retracement, 78.6% Fibonacci retracement comes in right around the 762 mark, and current price highs have now exceeded this resistance zone, with new highs coming in at $7.79. So as we can see here, this does not yet overcome the two levels of prior historical resistance that we have seen for this stock. Specifically, these come in at $7.95 and $8.06. So we do still have a bit of wood to chop, so to speak, before we're actually able to overcome this prior downtrend movement and start to establish new highs for the stock. So one other piece of information that we do need to focus on here will be the price behavior that's shown in the indicator reading itself. So specifically what we can see here is that in prior trading sessions, negative share price momentum was governing share price activity. Overall, this is a bearish reading that does show that negative selling pressure was likely to continue. However, more recently, this downtrend has been broken. So we can see that this near-term support coming in at roughly $7.20 is now much more likely to remain intact. And there are a few additional reasons for that I will cover in a moment. However, what we should be pointing to here, now that we have confirmed that this shorter-term downtrend in share price momentum has completed itself, we can see a bit of upside price momentum that is also starting to develop, going back to the stock's prior lows posting during the July 21 trading session. So as we can see here, this is not a significant, huge level of momentum that is seen in the RSI here, the relative strength index. It is very modest. This is almost a flat line here. It's more positive than negative. But when we combine this with the fact that the share price upside activity recently broke above this bearish selling pressure, bearish momentum pressure, we can take these signals into combination with one another and suggest that the balance of the evidence here does rest on the positive bullish side of the equation. In addition to that, you also have the relative strength index bouncing off of its own exponential moving average that would have occurred here. So essentially this purple line here is the relative strength index, which is the indicator reading. And then the yellow line here is the moving average of the relative strength index. So we almost had a negative break here, as you can see. We did, you could even argue that we did have a break, but it was possibly a false break to the downside in the indicator reading. However, we did see a very strong bounce from this area. The relative strength index made new highs and broke above this prior downtrend line. So when we take those three things into combination with one another, we can say that this small break to the downside would qualify as a false breakout. And then we can see that the negative trend momentum that was previously governing the stock has now run its course and is no longer active for the stock. So we can move back into the price chart here a bit. And we can see that clearly the next levels of resistance are going to be historical in nature. So in other words, these are not going to be moving averages or Fibonacci retracement levels. Currently, what we're looking at here, is almost a double top type of region, but there is a bit of distance between these two figures. So essentially what we're looking at here is $7.95, which would have been posted during the July 30 trading session, and then this July 18 high, which posted at $8.06. So, this is very close to being a double top. Uh, More than 10 cents, you're starting to get a bit of distance between these two levels. So calling it a double top is a bit inexact. But there is a significant amount of resistance in both of these areas, as we can see, and we really will need to see a clear break above this $8.06 mark before we can realistically start to target additional upside coming in at roughly the $9.20 level. Support levels to the downside can also be found from the exponential moving average cluster. So this is the 4-hour price chart. So as we can see here on this time frame, all four of the major exponential moving averages are currently trading well below share prices. There is a lot of distance here between the actual share price and the exponential moving average cluster. So this does suggest that we might need to see a bit of retracement here before we can actually make a successful break above the $8.06 mark, because you typically don't see this much distance between the actual share price and the exponential moving averages. For the most part, these are usually closer together. So this would suggest that the share price itself would need to retrace a bit to come back into contact with the moving averages and then possibly make a bounce higher from there. Overall, to the downside, the critical level of support now rests at $7.20. If we do see a break below there, I would expect to see a deeper retracement. This would likely take pressure off of the top side, because at that point we would probably be breaking through all four of the major exponential moving averages. As we can see here, these exponential moving averages are really kind of crossing into each other at the moment. Sort of a traffic jam almost. You're seeing a lot of activity here in a very short price distance. So, roughly between, $7.05 and $7.20, you're seeing all four exponential moving averages run into each other. So for these reasons, you've also got a historical support zone here. So for all of these reasons, this is a very critical level of support to watch to the downside. If we do break below there, I would expect to see a period of sideways consolidation. Here's the current market update for SoFi Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker SOFI. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.